hometown or every city could have its own WhatsApp channel.
Okay.
You can discuss with the WhatsApp, and there is an AI answering you. Oh yeah, when is the school opening? Or are there some builds? So some stuff that are planned in my row in my street to be reworked or.
Welcome everyone to the Origin podcast. As you know, AI is elevating the customer support, and this is exactly what the Cobbai company in Paris is doing. Today, we have the opportunity to welcome Théobald Le Louarn, Director General and co-founder of Cobbai in Paris. And today, we are going to tell his story. Can you tell us a little bit about Cobbai? What are you doing? What kind of product you are developing?
Yeah. So the aim of Cobbai is to put AI agents, artificial intelligence agents, inside customer services. So we want every company to deploy AI agents inside their services, which means answering to end customers and users 24/7 and bring a very impressive customer service experience.
Okay.
This is our target. And for that, we have multiple products, which helps either the end user, the human agents that is supposed to answer to the end users, and also the team leaders to deploy and improve the overall experience.
Okay. And when did you decide to create the company?
We decided to create it in 2019, just before COVID. At the time, I was working with my two co-founders in a consulting company. And at the beginning, Cobbai was nothing about customer experience.
Okay.
It was about industrial processes in manufacturing industries.
Okay.
And our target was to reduce the costs of non-quality inside manufacturers.
Okay.
And what was the main idea is, okay, these companies, they have like thousands of hundreds of data, textual data that they generate, and that for each problem that is appearing in the manufacturing lines, they have to do some mitigation plans.
Okay.
So to take for example, when you build a plane, from the first piece to the last one, so the plane working, you can generate from 3,000 to 20,000 problems. And so we call that non-compliance or non-qualities. Okay. And at the end of the journey, this costs between 5 to 10% of the turnover of the company. Okay. It's so big. And if you reduce that, it directly goes in the margin, which is really important. So we say, okay, we have all this textual data. It's too much for people to analyze that. And as consultant before, we were doing it manually. So we say, can we automate that? So we started Cobbai with this great vision of telling, okay, we will help manufacturers, industries, thanks to NLP, natural language processing, so semantic analysis and semantic AI, to understand what's behind all these non-qualities and build action plans so they can reduce their costs.
Okay.
But COVID arrives, everybody froze. And we were like, okay, we have a technology, we have a product, but we have no customers.
Okay.
What do we do? And at the same time, we had luck. And maybe entrepreneurship is also about luck. But at the same time, what happened is the customer service market was rising. And in 2 years, 2019, 2020, 2021, we had an increase of 30% of customer interaction between brands and end users.
Okay.
And companies that were definitely not prepared.
Okay.
So we had a technology that is supposed to analyze non-compliance, non-qualities inside production lines. And on the other side, we have some customer claims, customer requests, questions, which is semantically the same. It's a problem stated by someone. The first one is internally, and the second one is by the customer. Okay. So we say, okay, we have a tech, we have a product. Let's switch this tech to this business case.
Okay.
We know nothing. At the time, we knew nothing about customer experience. We had no customers, no feedback. So we took 6 months to do a big user research, to test our hypothesis, validate them, and go back to the product.
Okay.
We were developing at the same time and looking for fast customers, of course. And maybe that's something we could have done better, is to directly go into one feature that we could put inside the market. So have our go-to-market really really sooner, so we can test the market. Maybe not sell every have a price that is the price that we have now, but maybe something little. Then we can have some customer feedback, user feedback, and improve, and go much faster to iterate. This is something which took a little bit of time.
Okay.
And I guess every 1 year, 2 years, we had to adapt the product. We had to adapt the marketing. We had to adapt also the technology, because after that, 2023, the big LLMs, so large language models, were available.
Yeah.
So from understanding textual data to generating answers, it was a new block that was available for us to provide to our customers.
Yeah.
So we integrate that, of course.
Okay.
And currently, where we state, in its state of the art, it's AI agents.
Okay.
So we started from manufacturing industries, to customer service, to adapt the product for their business needs, because we don't want to build something generalist. We want to build something that is specially designed for them.
Okay.
So we had lots of customer research for that. And at the end, we have a product that today sells fast, deploy fast, and that the customer recommends. This is amazing.
Okay. It's funny because, as you said, like OpenAI was presented in front of the public in 2023.
Yeah.
And most of the people think that AI is a new thing. But if I'm not mistaken, AI protocol was being developed in the 70s, in the 80s already.
Yeah, that's it.
How do you see, so there is a strong proposition today for the public, and especially through the generative AI.
Yeah.
How your company is positioning itself among all this competition, if you're considering as competition?
I guess it's two jobs: building and hosting LLMs, and providing these LLMs for business case. Okay, a lot of I have a great figure about that. June 2023, so 6 months after the big OpenAI stuff, 90% of companies were saying, by the end of the year, we have AI implemented in our companies.
Yeah.
If you look back like now, so it's like almost 2 years after, less than 10% of these companies have AI.
Yeah.
There is a gap. The gap is between what AI can do, a generalist AI can do, the business case, and the return of investment. And AI is not for fun. AI is for making money, okay? So these companies, they couldn't find a business case or use case that was relevant enough.
Okay.
Why? Because maybe they only took these LLMs and say, okay, it will be magic, but it's not magic. So we are in between to make these AI LLMs that have great capabilities, technically speaking, to turn them into something that will be used by the business. And this is, let's say, this connector from technology to use case, that's game changer for companies. Okay. That's why now that people are accepting AI, we have something ready for them, and we see a real increase in our needs.
What you are saying is like the generative AI, like Grok, Claude, etc., are ultra broad.
Yeah.
But what you are developing is a very ultra specific mission-based type of AI.
Yeah, it's like horizontal AI or vertical AI, and we are building vertical AI agents. Okay. So they are specialized for doing specific stuff.
Okay.
Just an example: if you ask your OpenAI or ChatGPT or DeepSeek or whatever, Mistral, Le Chat, if you ask what is your order, I mean, imagine you've went on Le Bon Coin or I don't know, maybe not Le Bon Coin, but on Decathlon, and you bought something, and you ask, where's my order? Your AI will not be able to answer.
Yeah.
Because it's not connected to the source of truth, to your back office, to the right information. And there is a gap to connect technology with information, make it controllable as well, because in a B2B spirit, you need to control what are the outputs. As a brand, you cannot say anything, so you need certain control or certain trust. So making that possible, you need another tool, or you need to build it by yourself inside your company. But you need to have the skills, you need to have the people, you need to maintain. So the make or buy strategy for big companies, it's obvious. Yeah. They do it by themselves.
Okay.
But for smaller companies, they really need something in between, and we are the in between.
Okay. So you are telling me that Cobbai is building an ultra-specific type of AI agent with this vertical approach, and the goal is to help the customer services. What is your business model? Like, do you offer licenses to use your technology? Are they buying like AI credits, like most of or tokens, like most of the AI today? Like, how do you generate money?
We have this fixed price, fixed subscription. Depending on the subscription, you can have multiple agents or different types of agents, either front agents that are conversational directly to customers and users, or companion agents for internal agents, for human agents. So you have multiple kinds of agents, and depending on the subscription plan that you select, you can have multiple agents or multiple features.
I see.
But then we also invoice based on the number of on consumption, on the every conversation where an agent is deployed.
Okay.
So when our agent works, we pay.
Okay.
We make them pay. Okay.
Okay. And every time a company is buying one of your products, you will train the AI on their processes, on their knowledge base, and then in front of the client, they will have an AI that will be able to bring customer support based on the knowledge that they learned.
Yeah. So there is like static knowledge for easy question, like you can find them in the FAQs or inside documents, brochure, whatsoever. But there are also information that are in your back office that you need to retrieve, like something asking for refund or order or where is my invoice or whatsoever. You need to be connected. Okay. And what you do with Cobbai is you connect all this source of truth. That's why that's how you coach your AI. You train it. You give some instructions, what you expect from the AI, tone of voice or whatsoever. And then what's happening is that companies just plug their customer data input, like, like ticketing systems, like Zendesk, Intercom, Salesforce, or they can directly put the AI inside a chat that is native inside Cobbai and put them in the website, the app, whatsoever. And then the AI will answer to the customer. But, and that's really interesting, if the AI doesn't know, you won't end up in an infinite loop. It will directly escalate to human agent. And that's the trade-off. AI should be used where it can answer.
Absolutely.
And it's not, you should escalate for good customer experience.
Because today, most of the problem of the AI is the hallucination. And I remember 2 years ago, I was looking about Pierre Beunardeau, so my name. And my cousin is a professional soccer player in Portugal. And I was like on ChatGPT, who is Pierre Beunardeau? And he knew about my cousin, not about me, but he was making a relationship. Pierre Beunardeau is a famous soccer player. So it's not.
So this is a great example as well. But hallucination, and that's why we are in the middle as well. We use multiple LLMs. We use multiple strategies to combine them to avoid hallucination. We give also AI some specific instructions. And this is native inside Cobbai. So you don't have to take care. You don't have to be afraid of what the AI will answer. I don't know. For example, when we deploy our chats and our AI for our customers, if you ask for what's the name of the U.S. president, the AI will say it's out of my scope. I cannot answer. I cannot answer. And we have these securities to avoid hallucinations. And when we detect hallucinations, we have stuff to mitigate them in the future. I mean, when I said we, it's the customer itself. Because we want to be self-served.
Excellent. And so you have a B2B approach or B2B2C approach. In which kind of industry are you operating, or are you operating the most?
We mostly have B2B2C, so marketplace, like The Fork, Doctolib, La Fourche, which are kind of big. It's interesting because they have lots of volumes. When you are only B2B, you have less volumes. I mean, maybe like 3K tickets per month. For some other, you have like 20Ks or 100Ks, and that's it. So we are mostly operating for these kind of companies. But in terms of sectors, we don't have any easy. I mean, our product is versatile because it trains on your own data. So we don't need instance about, education or e-commerce. We don't need that. because our product learns by itself. And this is the true power. It means that today, every company with enough volumes, of course, could benefit from Cobbai. So on our side, on our sales side, we have to discover, we have to decide which are the market where we should go first, to not waste energy, to build the momentum.
Yeah.
And this is when you can work for everybody, you need a strategy, because you cannot be talking to everybody. So
Yeah.
this is something that also is we need to strategize about that.
Yeah. Okay. And do you think that in the future you will have a B2C approach? Is like your product will be used for the customers itself, maybe developing their own knowledge base and interacting with the AI as an assistant, as a daily assistant, for instance?
No, I think we won't go there, because I think the LLMs, like OpenAI, will
Dominate
dominate that.
Yeah,
okay. People will be able. It's already the case with a notebook LLM from Google. I'm using it. It's amazing. You can also do some vocals.
Okay.
I'm using it to push some information, blog articles, and so automatically, and ask for creating a podcast for that.
Okay.
So I can every week, or I can have a virtual podcast about all the articles.
Excellent.
So I listen to it. So I guess we won't go there.
Okay.
We will still be working for companies.
Okay. And what is the roadmap?
So in terms of product, the AI agents, it's still the beginning. Okay, the concept appeared like end of the year, like 2024. So it's been 3 months. We are leveraging that to build more AI agents, to do pre-sales, because for now we are mostly on after sales.
Okay.
Do pre-sales. We also have this good idea about the narrator, which inside Cobbai you can ask anything inside the database. It will explain to you, what did the customers say about that and that, and you can answers to your intuitions. If you have intuitions, you can validate them. So it's a way for the users to interact with Cobbai database.
Okay.
It's super useful as well. So I guess this will be putting AI agent in the middle of every interactions, building squads. This is the roadmap for 2025. 2026, 2027, we might go to the voice, because for now we only work on texts, and we might be able to do some voice bots, voice agents, or understand voice. This also is something technical, not in terms of, it's not difficult to do speech to text. But what's difficult is the voice is something really sensitive, because it's a biometric data, the voice of someone.
Yeah.
So in terms of security, and so it's more constraints.
You mean GDPR?
Yeah, GDPR.
Okay.
So it's one of the most important data, the voice signature.
And you told me also that you have this administrative entities approach also as well.
Yeah, in terms of selling, we would like to be the first civic AI agents. So to be able to deploy these agents inside all towns or big cities, so they can help all the person, you and me, on our daily basis, on our administrative tasks. How can I redo my ID card? How can all these issues? What should I do when I move to another country? There are lots of questions we are asking. I want to put my child in the nursery. How should I do? What is the procedure? There's all this part, but there is also this networking inside a town.
Yeah.
How do we make the activity? How do we foster collaboration between inhabitants? How do we make this social link again? And this is something that's that could benefit if we could put the AI to share information to everybody. Everybody will know what's happening. Maybe people will get more involved. And I guess this is something, as a founder, I would be really proud if I can help our democracy. I can help our inhabitants to have a better daily life.
Absolutely. So it will be about like making the driving license or the passport more easier, or maybe to access also the information provided by the house town more easier. Like when is the next concert, or
that's everything. Let's plug your company. I mean your city.
Yeah.
Let's make it as competitive as companies today in terms of customer experience. Let's build a citizen experience that will make our daily life better. This is something I think we can do. And I guess the government is willing to go there. So it's a good signal as well.
So in terms of deliverables, it will be like a smartphone application that the citizens can use.
This could be that. There could also be maybe every company, every hometown or every city could have its own WhatsApp channel. You can discuss with the WhatsApp, and there is an AI answering you. Oh yeah, when is the school opening? Or are there some builds? So some stuff that are planned in my row in my street to be reworked, or this could be something that really broad, really versatile, but to help the house town or the city town to be more efficient to communicate.
And you talk about school, but within the university or the scholar ecosystem, you can do a lot of things with AI also.
Yeah, I guess there are lots of stuff. The question is where and when and what's the priority. We are a company, so we need customers who pays. Where is the money? It's also a question. We need.
Not maybe the students.
So we'll see, but of course there will be lots of possibility. We have a clear vision on the product. Let's see where it goes.
I think most of the problem is like when you have this disruptive technology, you have so many possibilities that you can develop that sometimes it is hard to focus on one.
Yeah.
And you told us also that you are working with Doctolib.
Yeah.
What are the initiatives that you are developing with them?
So Doctolib or Evaneos or Michelin or they are working on the same business case. They want to build the voice of their customers. So what means they retrieve all the feedbacks, NPS or satisfaction. I'm guessing everybody here has always received an email, give us a grade between 0 to 10, and would you recommend us to a friend? And this is we analyze all these questions here. What do you have to say about us? And say, or Apple Store or Google Play comments or a Trustpilot. So we are taking every time the customer talks about the company in a way. And we are able to analyze that, and we can state to the Doctolib or Evaneos, these are your priorities. This is how it's evolving. Oh, your satisfaction is increasing. Oh, you've gained that much because you've solved this problem. This is another use case that we're doing. But for some others, we are more directly live. Our agents are live inside a bot or inside a ticketing system to answer directly to customers and to, let's say, deflect tickets. So do some auto resolution. So agents, human agents, they only have complex tickets where a human is required. This changes the experience.
Do you see a difference, or is it a synonym between an AI agent or a chatbot?
I would say chatbot is the part or the interface where AI agent is deployed. But you might have you could have like multiple AI agents inside the chatbot. Let's say if someone asks about buying, maybe you put a sales agent. If someone say, I have a problem with my order, you put a support agent.
I see.
So chatbot is really
the
interface, and the AI agent is the technology, AI technology behind. If you combine them, you can go really, really, really far.
What are your fears concerning this industry?
AI. I guess, there was this race before about going to the moon between the US and the Soviets at the time. Now we have a race with 3 parts that are China, let's say, Europe, and the US for having the great AI. And my fear is that the politics will impact too much this race, leading to AI that will maybe be so efficient that us as person we forget our own critical opinion, and we forget how to think by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy for someone to make good sentences that if there is a monopoly of LLMs with one single way of thinking, I'm afraid we will lose some creativity and some self-awareness.
Yeah.
And this is something I really, 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 really want people to be aware of. Stay in a mindset where you think by yourself and you criticize what the LLMs are telling you.
Yeah, we were discussing that. So it's like a brain replacement sometimes.
Yeah, I don't want LLMs, if politics is involved, to be a propaganda or brainwashing.
Yeah.
Might not be, because we have multiple LLMs, so multiple way of thinking.
Yeah.
But I like so much the richness of people's thoughts, of being different. It's so nice to be with different stuff. I'm so curious. So with different opinions, we should not lose that.
Okay.
And my fear is that we will stop thinking by ourselves. And I hope not. Ok, super.